Welcome to Pokemon Go Radio, where we're replacing those crappy hosts with these great hosts. No, this is Pokemon Go Podcast. I don't know. These intros are literally put together as the music is rolling. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let me take a crap on some good friends of ours. They're good guys. We love that show. But yeah, I'm Charles. There's Joe. It's been a week. I actually did some stuff in the game. Not as much as I wanted, but I went to Vegas. I did a few things. And
How
it
was
was
your trip
interesting.
to Vegas? That was for your anniversary, right?
Yeah.
Which
yeah, it was all
anniversary?
right.
How many years have you guys been married now?
20 years. 20 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
2 decades.
Yeah. And as is my style, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. Here's the experiences of the week. As is my style, I forget things till not too late, but a little too late. Because what I mean by that is as we roll up to the airport, right, there's going to be Pokestops everywhere, but it's 5 a.m. And I guess about we got up about 5, maybe a little 4:30, 4:45, something like that. So let's call it 6. It's about 6 in the morning, and we roll up to the airport. And my wife has never navigated the airport on her own. And she was just realizing that as we're planning for this trip. So I told her, it's like, hey, I got your back, but let's let you run this show here. So I'm just paying attention. I'm watching. And I forget to even turn on Pokemon Go, right? Because as you're walking through any of these airports, there's tons of Pokemon and tons of stops. And it wasn't until we got all the way through security. And if you've ever been to the airport in Atlanta, you know it's a long way to each terminal. And so there's a lot of space that you can play Pokemon in. And I didn't. And so I get all the way to where we're waiting on to get on the plane. I'm like, oh, yeah. And, of course, there is a stop or two near me, and it's generating some Pokemon. 2 or 3 shadows are on my list, and they're like a terminal over. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go 3 terminals
Yeah, at
over
that
to
point,
hunt
you're like,
these things.
no, yeah, I'm done with that.
Yeah, it's we're supposed to start boarding at like 7:30 in the morning, so I'm just gonna drink my coffee and wake up. And so yeah, there's that. Then I was like, all right, I told my wife, like, help me remember, we'll land in Vegas and I'll turn it on, and as we go through, I'll catch and find because there's all kind of new Pokemon. Nope, I didn't do that either. But I did turn it on some in Vegas. I did spend some. What was it that was supposed to possibly come out of the Pokestops that was only in Vegas and Atlanta and some other select cities?
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, but it's been a week.
It has been.
I don't know if I noticed it. I did get my first red egg from somewhere, and so I finally got one. I think I beat Cliff and got it and hatched it, and I got a Sandile.
Ooh,
Sandile.
nice. I think they're the rarest out of the red eggs.
No, really?
I'm gonna double check, but I believe
cool.
So. Let me check the egg statistics, but I think so.
I mean, either way, it's cool. I've seen one, like we've seen the book and people put it up in our groups or whatever, but I've never, seen one around. And
all right,
so I'm cool with it.
Technically, according to the Sylph Road, Dino is slightly rare, but you probably already have a Dino. Sandile, 3% chance.
Wow. My first and only red egg. Hey, dragons for lunch.
And
I hatched a dragon for lunch.
And it wasn't Trubbish.
And it wasn't Trubbish. It was a Sandile. I also caught the butt brain bubble that was floating around. Solosis or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I showed it to my wife. I'm like, yeah, no, there's this Pokemon. The best way I can describe it is this butt brain bubble thing. And like 2 days later, we're in the airport. Like, hey, see, this is what I'm talking about. I was like, yep, that's a butt brain bubble.
Solosis.
Solosis. That's it. I mean, it is what it is. I think I did a raid or two with some people remotely. Caught a number of things. Let me look at my recent. I don't think I've done anything massively crazy awesome. I tried to remember to do the airport on the way back in. Didn't remember to do the airport way back in. I mean, it's the thing, right? You're distracted. You're now. I get you. If this is your game, you're not distracted. This is your thing. And for years, Joe, when we travel, I went out to Go Fest on my own the first year, and I went out to another podcast con, and that was my. He was like, "Oh no, this is. I'm thinking about this all the time," and I was playing it. Holy cool! There's what is this dude? Oh no, not the stupid bunny. Get out of here, Centrit. Hold on, it's I just to forget the name, so I need to tap on and get his name. Cranidos. I got a wild Cranidos
Oh, nice.
for
Yeah, he's
once.
part of the event that's going on right now, the
Nice.
Sinnoh collection event.
Yeah. No, I have a Cranidos, but that's the first time I've seen a wild Cranidos, so that was very cool.
Nice.
Anyway, I get it. You're always thinking about this game you play. I was like that at one point, but between just everything I'm doing and you're trying to manage expectations of getting to Vegas and that trip and all that, I forgot a lot. I did some cool stuff. It was fun. Had a blast. I will say, and it'll probably never happen, but it'd be kind of cool to have a Pokemon slot machine. I mean, if there's any game suited for it, I'd have to say it's this one. And you got all the different Pokemon. You got to catch them all. The bonus game would be spin and it hits a different Pokemon, and that's worth $100. And yeah, I mean, it'd be cool. So, what about you, Joe? How was your week?
It has been a pretty good week. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this Shinx raid that I just got invited to from Gavrod. I think I'll go ahead and bypass it for now. But it's been a pretty good week, both in game and out. So I don't know if I told you, but back in November, the plasma company here sent me a postcard saying that if I did 18 donations between then and and the end of January, that I'd get a bonus $1,000. So I got that this week. That was nice.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and it was so funny because after you're done, I don't know if you've ever done plasma, but at the one that I go to, after you're done, they scan some stuff, ask your name just to verify that it's you, and then they tell you how much you got and when you can come back. So she looks at the screen, and then she looks at me, and then she looks at the screen again, and I'm like, yeah, it's a big payout. And she's like, I don't even want to say it, and just shows me the screen. And then
what?
It was 1,000, and then the plus 44, so the normal 44.
Oh, 1,044. Okay.
Yeah. And so then she runs around to all the other techs and is showing them. She's like, yeah, I'm never gonna see that again.
I guess most people don't make the time and effort to. I mean, it's a lot of work, right? I mean, it was a lot of work to schedule it and make sure you got in there and did it each week. And
yeah, and I don't know who all they sent the postcards to, because I had stopped doing plasma when COVID hit back in March. Or maybe even it was March.
After you got your computer, you didn't need no more money.
and they've been sending me periodic postcards with offers, and none of them were all that great until this one, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
That's nice.
So now I'm gonna take another break, but that was pretty awesome getting that. I think we're gonna buy a new refrigerator with it. But in game,
that'll get you a nice refrigerator and then some.
Yeah. So in game, I've been just.
Oh, you made $1,800. By the way, I did the math. 18.
Oh,
right. 18 drop offs of your plasma. $44 a pop. Yeah, it's $792 plus $1,000 payout.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really nice refrigerator.
And actually, the first 5 donations are more than the 44. But yeah.
So you probably got close to $2,000 on that. Good job, man.
So yeah, for going and sitting there watching Netflix for an hour and having strapped up and taking my blood. Well, the plasma part of the blood. But anyway, in game, been having a lot of fun just catching different things. I wish I had grabbed more Blitzel during the last collection event. I think I only got the one during the. Yeah, because the other ones are from before that. So I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't find more Blitzel. But I did complete the last collection event, and theoretically, assuming I can find the Shadow Pokemon for this one, I should be able to finish this one. I only need 3 more, and there's 3 more days left.
I got stuck on the last one. I got stuck at like 2 or 3 that I was like, I forget who they were, but I should be able to find. Oh, one of them was a dog, Stoutland or whatever. And I keep getting his
You're getting the
I
baby,
made
the little form instead of the evolved form.
Yeah, but how does that not count? That was irritating.
Yeah, I actually, because you needed both of them, but I actually caught the evolved form first. So I wonder if you could have evolved to it. I didn't try that.
I was just thinking that. I was wondering if I could evolve to it.
But yeah,
I'll look at the list right now and see if there's something I can evolve. But I got stuck with Stoutland and something else. And I was like, eh.
Herdier, that's the one. Right? This guy that I just pulled up?
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, a good week. I am excited about this weekend. We'll talk about it a bit more. But because I signed up for the event in February, the anniversary event.
Yes.
I get the bonus dollar. So I'm gonna find out what these bonus dollars are all about, because I've never paid for the extra experience on Community Day. Now from everything we've heard, people say that it's worth it, but I personally have never done it. So we'll see. I'll see. Maybe I'll start buying the dollars, paying the dollars more often, depending on this experience. Right. And maybe that's what they're banking on. Saying, hey,
you know what? Yeah,
toss 2 freebies at them for signing up, and maybe more people, maybe they'll sign up more often. Yeah. So, yeah.
I do have another experience I forgot about.
Oh yeah, what was that?
That good old criminal Nolte. He invited me and Brian Ibbott and probably some other people to a raid, and it was a Gibble raid, which I'm like, cool.
Oh,
there
nice.
Might be shiny. I'll do that. And I just know he invited me and I accepted, and jump into the lobby and there's Nolte, Coverville, and Rock Out a Pod right there. Sitting there like, cool.
Nice.
And it counts down, it's getting down, it gets to 5, 4, 3, Nolte disappears. 1, me and Emmett go in alone, just staring at each other, going, what just happened? And we knock down the Gibble. I'm like, Nolte, where'd you go? And sure enough, I'm like, well, maybe I just didn't see him. Maybe it glitched. Nope. At the end where it tells you your friendships levels went up, just me and Emmett. Well, what did you, Nolte? I know you're listening. What did you do, man?
And that's one of the nice things about these remote raids is the person that invites you doesn't have to stay. Now, maybe their phone died or something like that. Who knows? But they don't have to stick around. So maybe he just didn't want to spend the. He didn't want to
spend the time with us. No, yeah, I gotcha.
Well, didn't want to spend the raid pass. Just like I didn't end up taking Gavrod up on their offer. I hopped into the lobby for a moment, but I jumped out.
Okay, let me be honest. Real side note. I hate this tag crap. I hate it with a passion. Because every time I go to delete like 61 freaking Pokemon, inadvertently it's always tag. Like, no! Now I gotta start over.
Well, but you don't have to start over. You can click out and then just click to delete them.
Well, I clicked X or I clicked done or something and it didn't do it.
Here,
so now I have to start over.
I'll show you. I'll do it on purpose. So I'm gonna select a whole bunch right here, and then I'll hit tag on accident. Oh no, I don't want to tag. I hit the X, transfer.
All right, I hit done. I think
that could be. Let me see. I can test that out right here, right now.
Fine, Joe.
Tag done. Yep, the done gets rid of it. So you don't hit the done. You hit the X.
Well, gee, thanks, Captain Obvious. I appreciate you.
But I agree. It is kind of annoying because I'm so used to that just being
right. It's bright. It's the big green button on top. So if you're like we're doing right now, I'm on the show. I'm talking. I'm just kind of half paying attention to the game because I'm like, let me clean this up while Joe's talking. I'm not paying attention. Why is the transfer button blending in with the background?
It's true.
I'm just saying.
It's very true.
So, all right, keep interrupting your experience.
No, I'm good. I completely agree. I hit the tag button on accident all the time, even though what I really want to do is transfer.
I just did it again.
Because I don't really... I actually... You know what? Let's make this the discussion for next week.
All right, let's do it.
Who uses the tag button, and what do you use it for? Like, I've seen a whole bunch of different people use it different ways, and so I want to know how you are using the tag system. So that's what the discussion is going to be for next week.
I like it.
If you use the tag system, how do you use it? What is your system?
Oh, man. So let's talk about some experiences of the week. I know you're getting you're finishing up a battle there.
Yes, I need to pull it up, but I don't remember what I had pulled up previous. So I'm going to hide my screen for just a moment.
Fair enough.
And pull up Discord.
Get good. Terry Wolf tells me to get good. He found a shiny Glameow. That was today. We'll get back to that. I just saw that. I don't want to get good. I'm too busy. I work for a living.
All right, so
that's been my excuse for everything lately.
I believe US Nate Scout here is the first entry from this last week. Yep, on the 8th. With a shiny Lillipup. Very nice. Terry, this is his submission trying to make his trainer a trainer in game. Yeah.
Yep.
And so he submitted a picture of his trainer, and I like the name on his buddy right here. Don't be salty on the shiny Lapras. But he said his team would be Lapras, Dugong, and Cloyster. And then he has a couple of different catchphrases in there because I believe that was part of the contest is they wanted you to put some catchphrases. So he says, "My team and I will freeze you in your tracks," because it's an ice-themed team. And then if you can't handle the cold, I will heat you up in battle. Are the catchphrases that he submitted for that. So we'll see if that comes to pass.
That's so cheesy. They'll probably pick it.
And then, actually, real quick while I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking about Twitter here, this isn't part of our show notes, but did you hear that Twitch removed the PogChamp emoji?
I don't even know what the PogChamp emoji is.
Okay, that's fine. So it's one of the emojis that they've had for quite some time, and what they're doing is they're actually featuring Twitch streamers with their own version of the PogChamp emoji. And one of the first ones, might have even been the first one that they chose, was Reversal.
Nice.
So that's pretty awesome. I was like, hey, we know Reversal. He's been on the show. Yeah. I mean, it's been a couple of years. He probably doesn't even remember us at this point. But yeah. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Pretty neat that
I like
that they did that.
That's pretty cool.
But back to the experiences of the week here in our Discord. Reminder, if you want to get in that Discord, hop over at patreon.com/Pokemon GO Podcast. And I think there's only 2 levels at this point because we trimmed it down.
Yes.
But either level will get you into the Discord. And then Terry Wolf here with a shiny Gibble. Pretty awesome there. Made it to Ace. So I believe that is the top rank for PvP. Got himself a shiny 96% Bonsly. I don't think Bonsly is actually useful anywhere, but that is a pretty nice little catch right there. Surprise encounter. Oh, with a Snapshot. I was like, what medal is that one? So Terry has gotten 400 surprise encounters with the Snapshot.
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie. Even when those are part of events, I forget to do them.
I actually get in the habit during events doing them, and to the point that now if I pull my buddy out to play with them, I automatically do a photo just in case. And more often than not, I'm like, oh, there's a surprise encounter.
Very nice. Hallowed Robin showing off Frillish. Frillish is a PvP reward. We talked about it last week or the week before. Yeah.
Yep.
Terry showing off a shiny Buizel, which is new with the current collection event. Also showing off a shiny Snover and another shiny Buizel. Popeye grabbed himself a shiny Heatran. I always do a double check, but it's the eye. For me, it's the eyes. I mean, the coloration is slightly different, but the eyes are
gotcha.
the telltale for me. Terry caught himself a COVID-19 vaccine this week. and said that one of the side effects of the COVID vaccine is hitting level 47 in game. And then showing off the shiny Glameow. And is that the one where he says get good?
Yeah.
U.S. Nate Scout showing off that he finished the Sinnoh Collection Challenge already, even though there's 3 more days. Congratulations there. And then, this is nice. U.S. Nate Scout, and look, using a tag to show that it's a 100% Cranidos. So there's one of the ways that U.S. Nate Scout uses the tag system. And then Nolte coming in not just about an hour ago with his shinies from this past week. A shiny Badoo, Glameow, Turtwig, and Snivy. Very nice.
Yeah. If he had stuck around for the Gibble with us, he might have been showing off a shiny Gibble. But no, he's got to abandon us. That's okay.
He's like, peace. I'm out.
Yeah, he was. It was like, all right, get around 5, 4, 3. Hey, where'd it go? Oh, well, we're in it now. All right. Yeah, it was fun. And then I destroyed it in like less than 30 seconds, I think. Because it didn't take much to take the Gibble down. I caught him. It wasn't shiny or anything. I don't even know what his ranking was, but it caught him. Because, Gibbles are not that easy to find. So I appreciated that part of it. Now, before we hit the break here, what was the discussion from last week?
We've got a couple of really good detailed answers for the discussion this week. So the discussion from this past week was, if you could make an event, what would it look like?
Yes.
And so we have from Lachlan F, I think is how you say that. The event would be a water festival type event, specifically designed around releasing Manaphy into the game. And
I'm naming mine Barbara.
Barbara Manaphy.
Manaphy.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how many people.
I know, but there's certain jokes I know I can tell that you're going to trigger on. So there you go.
But the name of the event would be Secrets of the Sea Prince, because Manaphy is the Sea Prince. It would be a 2-week long event, covering 3 weekends. So it would have 3 weekend raids, and they've got listed for tier 1 raids. There would be babies in the tier 1 raids, actually. Bonsly, Pichu, Munchlax, Why Not?
Nice. I'd play this.
Mime Jr., specifically Mime Jr. that would evolve into the Galarian form rather than the Kanto form. So the theme behind this is breeding, specifically babies, because of Manaphy. So I don't know how familiar you are at all with Manaphy as a Pokemon.
0.
Okay, so Manaphy is it's one of the only mythicals that can breed.
Okay.
And so it breeds, and you can get a Fione from Manaphy. And so people debate whether or not Fione is a mythical Pokemon as well. Manaphy is definitely categorized as a mythical Pokemon. And so that's why Lachlan F is going with a breeding theme here. And then tier 3 would be Wailord, Poliwrath, Seaking, Kingdra, and Mantine, and specifically says that this would feature Mantine's shiny release.
I will say this before you go on. This is super thought out.
Yes.
And formatted just like an announcement for a real event. And Niantic, maybe you need to grab this dude.
Yes.
Or this lady or whoever it is. It doesn't matter. This non-binary person. I'm just saying, this is solid. I mean, this is kind of better than some of the events that Niantic has done.
Yeah, so breaks down raids, breaks down mega raids with the debut of Sharpedo. Has the special research, and it has the different tiers for the special research,
Yep.
including what the tasks are, um, what the different uh, prizes are, and yeah, it's very very detailed, um, and so yeah, really really nice. Let's see.
A shiny release of Chin Chow is at the
Yep,
bottom.
and as part of the research, the special research, you get a Fion egg is the suggestion here, which also would be great because, again, Fion you can only get in the main series games from breeding Manaphy. We don't have breeding in the game. We do have eggs, and so being able to get a 20-kilometer Fion egg. So this is
Wow.
a
Yeah.
new type of egg even. Um, so yeah, so there's that. Um, but yeah, really, really, really well thought out. Out to eight tiers of the or 8 levels for the special research quests, and broken down. Even has a suggestion for a new outfit to add to the game.
Yeah.
So a
Yeah.
Pokemon Ranger outfit added to the game, and yeah, just very very beautifully written, very well thought out. And so if you want to see that, it'll be in our show notes, the link will, but also if you just want to go to Reddit, it's reddit.com/r/Pokemon GO Podcast. You can see that there as well to get even more specifics. Very very nice.
Yeah.
I love that you went into so much detail.
And
um
I dare say, if this was like a real announcement and we were covering it in the news, you and I be like giddy over this. Like, Jura, this is like the best thing ever.
Yeah, I'd be super excited. This is a very
Yeah.
very nice event. Um, a lot of thought, but also a lot of things to get excited about. That the Mime Junior, the specifically evolving into the Galarian form, very awesome there. Shiny release of Mantine, Sharpedo's debut, Manaphy's debut, Fion's debut. Rotom Wash, that was also a new one. So, and it all fits with the theme, the Water Festival theme.
Yeah.
So very very beautiful and well thought out event. Niantic, get on this.
And then there's Jacket Cave.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. It is
Jacket
Jacket Cave. I'm not disappointed.
Jacket K submitted this about 5 minutes before we went live. But again, still, it looks to be very well thought out as well. Um, he wished that he had been able to get it in a little bit more and be able to flush out the ideas a little bit more. But Jacket K specifically wants more events that let us fight rocket leaders with their old shadow Pokemon, so we can shiny hunt the ones that we missed. So the thought here, the theme behind his suggestion is a national park day. And it would include nature themed spawns and raid bosses, along with a special research that rewarded berries and some of the more rare spawns of the event. So if you're lucky, you can find even more. You can find field research that gives you silver pinups and golden raspberries, along with the addition of a brand new berry, which he says he did not have the time to think of. But since we have,
Snozberries.
since we have silver pinups and golden raspberries, I think we should probably have an upgraded form of the bananas, right? Don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't know what I guess it would just increase the chance. So the silver pin app, actually they buffed it even more. It used to be just a pin app that increased your catch chance, but now it actually increases the amount of candies you get slightly more than it did before. But the nanab berries, I wonder what they could do there. Maybe increase.
You know what? You had a ridiculously low chance to change it to shiny. like a 2% chance that it'll change to shiny. People would use the crap out of that berry. They'd buy more of them.
They certainly would, but I would assume it would stop them from jumping as well as increase the chance to catch them. But since they're trying to make these special berries do a little bit more umph, yeah, maybe a tiny chance to make them shiny. Although that seems a little bit weird just based on the mechanics of the main series games, how it works, because you're either shiny or not when you hatch. Um, but yeah, I mean, people would definitely use those a lot. Um, and then he says, but the real rewards come from park play. Um, what is park play a mechanic in the game that is one of those things that I don't use,
No, I think.
or just playing at a park?
Does he take more? So go snapshot. So this is so they can encourage trying to kind of scan it.
Well, because it's a national park.
Only in areas
day.
that the game considers a park. Yeah.
Okay.
So I wasn't sure if this was. I wasn't sure. And they had talked about the idea of having the AR play, and you could hear the other Pokemon.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if they were
things,
getting
yeah.
at as well.
But no, he straight up means looks like in where games consider a park.
Yeah, and then extra XP, Stardust, and guaranteed XL candy for catching nest Pokemon. I was actually thinking about nests the other day, how I've kind of ignored them for a long time. I used to keep track of all the nests around here to target specific Pokemon, but I don't anymore. Because I don't. Did you even remember that was a mechanic of the game until?
No.
Yeah, so there's specific areas for those that are new to the game or don't remember. There are specific areas that are considered nests, and every, I think it's 2 weeks, they rotate which Pokemon is featured at the nest. And so yeah, because I remember early on, Growlithe is my favorite Pokemon, and so I remember early on going to specific areas to catch to catch Growliths that were featured as nest Pokemon. But anyway, so in addition, there's special field research you can only get by spinning Pokestops that are in parks, and then you would need to use the Go Snapshot for some specific rewards, as well as a Go Snapshot contest on their social media. The theme would be a day in the park. So yeah, spending time in the park, taking parks. The top 3 winners would earn some in-game rewards, and then yeah. So I like the idea here. I really do. Especially getting people out into parks, be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
I fully agree. All right, so hit the I know I already said it, but what's the discussion again for next week so everybody can remember?
So the discussion for next week is if you use the tag system, what is your strategy? How do you use it?
So, and with that, we'll be right back.
Alrighty. I have initiated the commercial, so I'm going to go ahead and make the post for that discussion for next week.
Yeah, you do that.
In the few seconds that I've got.
Apparently, I had $1 million idea that I don't even remember what it was now.
It was the nanabs that give you a chance to make.
The 2% chance to shine it. Yeah. No, that would. I mean, 2% is ridiculously low, but no, instead of trashing them or feeding them to your body, people would be using the crap out of them, and would probably go and try to, if you could go buy. I think it'd make them some money. People spent money on less chances. And by less chances, I mean, hey, pay for this event and you'll get a 3% chance to catch a shiny. Oh, we forgot to launch the shiny. Sorry, everybody.
They have a bad habit of doing that, most definitely.
All right, here we go. Oh, that was last week's. It's just so good.
I don't think I've heard this one yet.
Okay.
Leading me to the ultimate goal. You can try your best, this might be fun. Go down to defeat before you begin.
That's Unbeatable by this group.
All right. And Rock Eddie's coming in. You know, we were discussing during the break the I don't even know, because we've got silver and we've got gold, so I guess it would be a bronze Nanab berry. But Rock Eddie has a suggestion for it. You had suggested a possible shiny rate. I had my doubts whether that would ever happen. But Rock Eddie's idea, I think, is very realistic. So his idea is that it would increase the catch rate, which makes sense because that's pretty standard for the upgraded berries. And then it was also stop them from jumping like a normal Nanab. But then it would also double the Stardust on the catch. I think that would be great. And he specifically says bronze Nanab. I didn't catch that until just now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so bronze would definitely be a...
Yeah.
I think that would be perfect. I think that would be great.
And talking back about the music there coming out of the break, that's Jonathan Young covering those songs. We have a version of Viridian City, and that one's called Unbeatable. The one there I just played. Great music. Pokemon's not the only thing he covers on his YouTube channel, so you can go check him out. So it is a countdown to the Pokemon Go tour. We're in the Kanto or the Hoenn region. No, the Hoenn region is coming up next. We're in the Georgia region today. That's where we are.
The Georgia region?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're in
Piedmont.
We're in the Sinnoh region right now.
What did I say?
Georgia.
I don't hear a difference.
All right.
When does it start and what are we doing with it, Joe?
All right. So this one, this is again a collection event just like the last couple we've had. If you haven't been paying attention, they are counting down to the anniversary in February. And so this is the Hoenn event. It will start Tuesday, January 19th and last until Sunday, January 24th. It will feature, again, the starters from Hoenn. So that's pretty standard with all of these. The starters will be included. So that's Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. And then, of course, it's going to have your standard fluff Pokemon in there. So Tailo, Loudred, Nosepass, Aron. And then into some of the slightly more exciting Roselia, Carvana, Numel, and Baltoy. I guess those last two aren't super exciting, but whatever. Yeah. I'm unless they increase the shiny rate, I'm like, why are they even bothering announcing this? But they said if you're lucky, you can encounter a shiny Aron.
Wasn't that the first Aron ever caught was shiny? It's the Murder Eye one?
Well, not ever caught, but yes. Shiny Aron's been in the game
for a while now.
Yeah.
I caught on the show and really just irritated the crap out of some other podcast hosts.
Yes, they are very jealous. And I've already got 3. Well, I've got 2 shiny Aron and a shiny Aggron. So
they're doing this event does not introduce a new shiny as of yet. So all right.
Yeah, and that's and I think I've traded a couple of shiny Arons out as well. So yeah. So I'm like, okay. I mean, I am a little jaded because of my own personal Pokemon bag, but maybe there's people that are like, ooh, super excited about this because they love Aron and haven't got a shiny yet.
You know what? Good for you. Yeah.
So, and then of course they're switching up the 5K eggs and the field research as well. And then let's see. That's just the Kyogre and Groudon will be appearing in the 5-star raids, which makes a lot of sense there. They specifically call out Pokemon that you have to... They actually list the Pokemon you have to catch for the collection challenge itself. So the ones that are going to be... The rare one is going to be Bagon there. and maybe Nikeda, but I don't think the rest of them will have much issue with.
Yeah.
So, and then I wonder if they're going to mix it up though. If any of those are going to require to be Shadow, like they did with the Sinnoh event, where Snover and Stunkick, the skunk, had to be specifically Shadow Pokemon. And then it says evolve Metang, that's Beldum's middle form, into Metagross, and you can actually get Meteor Mash off of it.
That's a great move.
Yeah, Meteor Mash is a very, very good move for Metagross, and Metagross is pretty nice Pokemon in general.
Yeah, I pretty much most of my battles, Metagross makes it into one of the team members, and that Meteor Mash is pretty much the exclusive charge move that I use there.
Yep.
But it's interesting. How do you feel, and how do you think other people feel that they're taking a community day exclusive attack and making another way for you to get it?
Personally, I really like it. Because, we have only a handful of opportunities. Well, not even. We usually only have a couple of opportunities to get those. And then in December, during the year, the combined community day in December, we have that opportunity as well. So throwing out this other opportunity, I think is a good move. Personally, I think it is. And I suspect no one will have really any issue with this. And then they also have Rayquaza with Hurricane.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you got to complete all the time research to get that.
Yeah.
And it might be a shiny Rayquaza with Hurricane.
I do like shiny Rayquaza. So, but yeah, we'll see. And then they said there will be a free bundle featuring 3 remote raid passes. They're doing this specifically because some of the time to research requires you to catch Kyogre and Groudon. So
multiples of them.
Yes, 2 of each. So they're giving you 3 remote raid passes, and then with the one that you get on Mondays, that'll be 4. So this should be doable even without spending any money on raid passes, even for those people that only do remote raids. And we actually have an infographic for this as well, as the next source here, so that you can see basically exactly what we just talked about. But yeah.
Orange Heart. Well, Orange Heart brought it to the table or whatever.
Yeah, it's a group of Pokemon Go enthusiasts. So it's at Orange Heart 2018 is their Twitter handle.
It's not loading right for me. There we go. Yeah, it's a nice little breakdown. I think I'd like the shiny Rayquaza. That'd be pretty dope. I will take that. So I was just looking at this actually on the news in the game. Rising to the challenge of January, the community day is going to be Machop. Again, I'm not opposed to it. Machop is really baller and a great all around. I know it's a fighting type. That's not what I mean. It's a great all around fighter, a Pokemon to use. But it seems like a lot of people might be like, "Man, I'm good."
That title's definitely a nod to a certain Rocky song, "Eye of the Tiger."
Yeah.
But yeah, Machop. We've had so many events with Machop that I'm like, okay, but then again, I also don't have a shiny one. Although his shiny's not all that great.
Shiny just looks seasick.
He's just the pale green. Which it's funny that you say seasick because in the first generation games, a lot of the sailors in the game had Machop. So,
okay.
so I have no idea if that influenced their choice there, but yeah, Machop is associated with sailors in the game. But yeah, and a reminder as well for this, if you're trying to prepare for it, although hopefully this podcast goes out in time since this is this weekend. If you're trying to prepare for this, find someone to trade Machoks or Machops with. That way, Machamp evolving into Machamp will be free. It won't cost any candies there. But yeah. So, and then again, they will have that $1 special research, and so I'll get to participate in that since I purchased the Pokemon Go Tour Kanto ticket. And actually, up until yesterday, you could have purchased that, so that you can't. Well, I think you can still purchase the ticket. You just don't get the bonuses on there. But yeah, one of the things that they are bringing in, and I wonder if this will be Community Days moving forward, is that during Community Day, the trading range will be increased to 40 kilometers. And that'll actually start on Friday and last the entire weekend. So Friday, January 15th until Monday, January 18th. And they, again, remind you that Machoks that are traded can be evolved without using candy, just like I had said just a moment ago.
Yeah. I don't think I have a shiny Machamp. Yeah, I don't think I evolved mine. But it is out there. And there's a graphic, an infographic that goes along with this, of course, that will you break it down much easier than we just did there. And I'm already on the next story. Interesting. Let me try this. It says I've already redeemed this code, which I don't remember doing.
Well, I posted it in our Discord, so maybe
I grabbed it from there. But yeah, you can get some North Face Gucci gear for free or something.
Yeah, so we talked about this sponsorship last week. But yeah, you can get the gear in game by using this code. It'll be in our sources, but for those that want to replay this over and over and over so that they can write it down, it is these are all capital letters, by the way. Any of the letters are capitalized. GXSD556NHG.
Pickle Rick!
And you go to Niantic's page for redeeming that to do that. At least that's how you do it for iOS. I think in Android you put in the code directly into the game, but for iOS you go to.
You gotta click the link and it takes you to a redemption page. Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's rewards.nianticlabs.com is the.
And if you click on our story link, it takes you to leak. It's the tweet is like leak.gg/redeem or something like that. So they shortened it up because it's leak duck that was the tweet that we found for this particular thing.
Yes.
Speaking of Twitters, Pokeminers or at Poke_miners on Twitter has found some evidence towards a subscription service appears to be coming. Looks like there'll be a free trial, a grace period in the state of your current subscription. They're going to continue to dig into it.
Yeah, so we've seen hints of this in the past, and they are seeing more and more and more hints of it. We at one point discussed possible things that a subscription service could offer in game.
Right.
So we'll have to wait and see how this pans out and what all is offered. I mean, I guess it depends on what's offered, but I doubt I will sign up for it.
Yeah, I probably won't either. Mostly because I'm not playing as much as I could be, and honestly, if I'm not playing, I'm not putting money into a game. That's other than that, I'd and for the show, we'll really evaluate it. Of course, we'll do the free trial or whatever.
Yeah, because it does suggest that there will be a free trial based on the code miners what they've seen.
Yeah. Now, I know how excited you are for the January Community Day, but we've got an all new Community Day coming in February with a never before seen. Wait, no, it's Roselia.
Yes, it is Roselia. And again, because I signed up for um, the anniversary event, I will get the $1 special research for free on that. Well, for free on that.
Right, included.
Yes. And so Roselia will be there. We can catch the shiny Roselia, of course. Do you have a shiny Roselia?
Yep, I do. She looks great.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I have one, if not two, shiny Roselias. Let's find out. Yeah, I've got two. I've got one that I evolved into a Roserade and one that's still a Roselia.
So I have a shiny Roserade. I did evolve the one I got. I don't know if I got multiples. I don't think I did. I mean, it's a really great shiny. I love the coloration change there. But I don't know that if it's even possible. I don't even know that if I have one that has the charge attack weather ball and the fast attack bullet speed.
Yes.
Which you can get by evolving a Roserade during this event.
Yeah, which is interesting because, as far as I know, this is the first time they've done a double moves for a community day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And so, yeah, so fire type weather ball, and then the fast attack bullet seed. I'm trying to think because a lot of times when they do these oddball moves, they're trying to have type coverage for PvP. I guess it could be specifically for ice type Pokemon, maybe being able to provide type coverage there. But yeah. So yeah, this will be the first weekend of February, so February 7th. That's a Sunday, and they're still doing the 6-hour community days. So that's 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. But
yeah. I mean, it's good, and honestly, Roselia is a really cool Pokemon to have. That shiny is one of my favorite looks on a Pokemon for when you flip that color scheme. And anytime that it's been suggested for me to take it into a raid, she's done well for me. So
yeah,
I'm not. It is a redo, it's a part 2 for sure, but it's a good part 2, I think.
Yeah, her damage output is good. Her type coverage is good. She's a little bit on the squishy side, but other than that, she's a decent Pokemon. So being poison grass type has good coverage. So
that Cubchoo is so gross, man. That's on his screen right now, playing in the game. So this is new.
He
I
heard you and ran away.
Oh no, sorry, Joe. But this is new. You can feed Pokemon in gyms, and you'll actually get some XL candy.
Yes. Yeah, this is brand new, confirmed through the Sylph Road. People were talking about it, and so someone grabbed a screenshot of it. I love Togekiss is their Reddit handle. But yeah, interesting mechanic and a good way to incentivize people to feed more. I personally don't feed nearly as often as I probably ought to, because you do get Stardust for it, as well as occasionally getting candy from it, and now XL candy as well. So, very nice.
And then we've got one more. I agree, it's cool. And I don't even think about it half time about feeding, because I figure if I put my Pokemon in, 8 hours is the max. That's worth it. I'm not going to track the time it was in there and all that. And when I go into a gym to spin it, and it doesn't matter the color gym, it can be Mystic or Valor or whatever. But I because you can feed anybody, right? You can battle them or you can feed them. I just don't typically, because I'm thinking, well, how long they've been sitting here? after 8 hours, it's worthless. But now, I might do that to get some of these candies. But this last stop here is an incident that happened, and we wanted to discuss it. So, Joe, go ahead and set it up here.
So this comes to us from a Reddit user named Cyril Gold, I believe is how it's pronounced.
I would say that, yeah.
And they reported to the Sylph Road that there was a gym near their house that was targeted for harassment, specifically a homophobic harassment.
Now, how do you? Sorry, to a point. There's a bullet point here. It says a gym near my house was renamed in an awful and homophobic way. How do you name a gym?
Through the Wayfarer system, you can submit updates to gyms either to the picture or to the description or to the name. And so, so the gym near their house was updated, renamed. Now they don't specifically name the gym or where it's at. They just said that it was an awful and homophobic name. And then the trainers that jumped into the gym also had offensive names. So it's their opinion that this was a coordinated effort for targeted harassment, possibly even specifically targeted at them, since they are gay themselves. So they had to go through. There's several edits on this post, and so if I'm getting this timeline correctly, I didn't see this until after the fact. However, they said initially Niantic gave them a very copy paste answer.
And a specific link to report location.
To report the location and things like that. And then people in the comments also provided them with a bunch of different contact forms as well and other avenues. Eventually, someone actually took a look at it, and they said that Niantic was relatively quick to rename this. And so it is an unfortunate thing that it happened. People should not be discriminated against regardless of the color of their skin, sexual preference, anything like that. And so kudos to Niantic for addressing this. But my question is, why wasn't this flagged?
Well, okay, so here's where I'd like to say a little something about it. We live in a weird world, right? We live in a world where it still blows my mind that hatred for one human being can still be a major thing, right? Because of the people I surround myself with and because of how I live my life, it blows my mind when somebody can legit say something racist or homophobic and mean it. I mean, that hate and anger comes out, and it can be anything. It can be, in the South, it can be bless your heart, and that can mean so many different things depending on your tone, right? So it's just
depending on how it's said, it means you're a complete idiot, or it literally means bless your heart. I feel bad for
gratitude. You. But so it does blow my mind. I know that they can't post it on here and all this other stuff. But I'd like to know what the awful and homophobic name was to see if there was any kind of other way to do it. I imagine there wasn't. I imagine it was pretty bad, but I'd like to know what it was. And the trainers added in the gym have offensive nicknames. I'd like to know what those were. But this is all Niantic's to handle. So I'm with them. I'm like, okay, no, you shouldn't have to deal with anything that's blatantly angry and hateful. However, you don't know how tickets work, my friend, because all the responses from help desk are cut and paste. Yeah. So this update where the answer from Niantic, really? You can be insulted and offended because of your skin color or your sexual orientation and not take it seriously? Oh my God. And I read it like that, going okay, no, sit down and take a breath there. Okay. That's a bit much. I don't know what the other stuff was, so I'm not going to defend or attack it. I do agree that everybody should be able to play the game in peace and harmony and fun, but it's just a cut and paste thing that says here's a link to report it and we'll assist you. It's a dedicated I'll just read it. Hello, trainer. Thank you for contacting Pokemon Go support. I see that you're trying to report an in-game location, which is probably a bot. It's probably an automatic response based off of keywords in his report. Okay.
Probably.
In-game location. Please reach out to our dedicated team using the following link, and they will be able to assist you accordingly. And the link is PokemonGoLive.com/report-location. If you have any questions, write to us. How is this a bad answer? It literally is the next step in what you need to do to fix the problem. It's a robot. That's how these Zendesk tickets work, because they don't have 50 million people just sitting there. Operators are standing by. Order your Time Life Pokemon Go report now. You know what I'm saying, Joe?
Yeah.
And that's all.
That's how tickets work. And
exactly.
Jacket K is providing some good insight here, because Jacket K has used the Wayfarer system a lot more than either of us probably have, and says that unfortunately, if you have a large enough group, and this is Jacket K saying, you can get anything approved through Wayfarer if your group is large enough.
If it's large enough, yeah.
And he says that there was an incident a while back where people mass relocated stops all in a straight line.
It's actually a positive use of that power.
I can't remember that specific. I
kind of remember it. I remember we kind of brushed on it
where they mass relocated stops to be in a straight line. But yeah.
And again, without knowing how because you can get around bots easily with these offensive names by putting X's and numbers where a human being reading it goes, no, well, that shouldn't be there. But a bot, you have to program bots, and they can't pick up on every little iteration of how to get around them because they're bots. So that's why maybe it didn't get flagged, but it did get changed. But it's like, let's fix the problem. Okay, I guess my point is, everything before this was solid, very to the point, very much. What can I do? I'm not allowed to post the names and pics here. I deleted them, some edits, but then you throw the big emotion. It's like, now we have two problems. Now you're yelling about a game that's actually trying to help you. It's hard for me to focus on the real problem. That's all I'm saying. As human beings, we need to take a breath and understand until the system stops working, and they do. So don't get raged out on it yet. Just follow the steps, and they fixed it, right? They said it got changed. I filled the form and hit an answer. I should do it manually before using 3 dots. So very blah blah blah. I thought I saw an update where it was changed. Yeah, okay. Edit at the top. Everything's okay. Yeah. And look, the response is the gym was quickly renamed by someone from Niantic who took it really seriously. Give them a minute. That's all I'm saying. It worked out for you here. Sorry. I'm done. I'm done with my thing.
It's very true. A lot of people expect something to be handled within 5 minutes, and realistically, that's not how support tickets are going to happen. They get probably thousands of support tickets every day.
Hundreds of thousands, maybe. With the player base they have worldwide, I would not be surprised if it was hundreds of thousands of tickets.
So they have to sift through and decide which ones they actually manually have to handle versus which ones are just people not understanding something.
Yeah. And they will have divisions. Like, okay, if you bought, like Ibn have done on the show, there's an update done on the show. We jumped in, we went to buy an expansion pack or something for our Pokebag, right? And all of a sudden, when Emmett bought his expansion pack, you remember this? he bought all of them. Right. Okay. Well, that's a different department than renaming a gym. There are different focuses on how to help you. Because I have to go and rage on things sometimes. Not go and rage, but fight the good fight. Right. And it gets so tiresome. And just a quick example, in my kid's high school, we paid for his uniforms and sports dues. And because of COVID, that stuff didn't really happen other than he got part of a uniform. And this one coach was just randomly coming up to my 9th grade son going, you got to give me your shirt back. Where's your shirt? Wouldn't contact us. And every time we reached out, he'd ignore us. And finally, once we started tagging everybody, that was important in the school, fighting the good fight, we get like a sentence back. Okay. And then we got a phone. I mean, it was a big ordeal for a thing that's like, no, why won't you just talk to us? And then you get upset about, they sent me a step to take to fix it. It's okay. We got it fixed. Let's go out and play, shall we? Is that a Gibble? What is that on your screen that you're not catching? Whatever.
Ooh, it is a Cranidos.
There you go.
Good stuff. Right
You're
there.
welcome.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Whoa. Slow down, man. Don't be singing at me. Don't you dare sing at me. It's been 5 seconds. Stop. All right. I want to tell you, go to patreon.com/Pokemon Go Podcast. Support the show. We really could use your help. It does a lot to keep us going. I know I'm behind on the Squirtle Squad. I've got them. I've got addresses. It just, life got really busy. And I apologize. They're sitting in a mailer bag, like a generic one, because I have to get the individual ones to send out. Sitting upstairs on my printer, ready to go, because that's near my door. I've just been putting it off. I've just been putting it off, and I shouldn't be. So I do apologize. But that's one of the rewards that we do with our Patreon, is we send out some swag. And this particular one that I did print them off was the 3D printed Squirtle Squad with the Pokemon Go Podcast logo embedded in their back, and it's pretty cool. And that's coming to those who are at the Embrace the Underscore level, for sure, and some others that are great supporters of the show. So go check that out. I don't have any speak pipes tonight, oddly enough.
That's the first time in a long time.
Yeah, let me see if I can do it. Shadow Pokemon. They're made of shadows, and light kills them. I don't know, Jacket K. You do that better than I do. I tried. I tried, Jacket K. I'm no shadow master. I don't want to tell you. All right, Joe. I'll be honest, man.
Shadow master. All right.
I have no idea which button it is. I'm tired, and it's been 7 days. So I'm gonna randomly hit buttons so we get to the right one.
Hey. This is Karans2311, and this week I've got a question for Joe. What time is it?
Well, Karans, it is time for random trivia. And this week I want to talk about Badoo and its evolved forms Roselia and Roserade, since next month we are going to have a Roselia Community Day. So Badoo and its other forms, Roselia and Roserade, are all grass poison type. Badoo is the bud Pokemon. Roselia is the thorn Pokemon. And Roserade is the bouquet Pokemon. Badoo, the tiny little bud, the seed that he is, says... its Pokedex entry says, over the winter, it closes its bud and endures the cold. In spring, the bud opens and releases pollen. Pretty, generic for a plant Pokemon.
Yeah.
Bud is based on Badoo is based on a rosebud, and it is a combination of the words bud and dew.
Like Mountain Bud?
Do the dew. So yeah, it is the baby form of Roselia. Roselia is fun. It's a fun Pokemon. Roselia's Pokedex entry says that Roselia shoots sharp thorns as projectiles at any opponent. So I almost said Pokemon, but no, it's just any opponent that tries to steal the flowers on its arms. I imagine that would be painful if they stole the flowers on your arms. They're basically your hands. But it also has the ability to put out an aroma that brings serenity to living things. So
I could use some serenity now.
I think the whole world could use some serenity.
You ain't kidding, man.
Roselia, the name is a combination of rose and azalea. And yeah, Roselia is the only Pokemon to receive both a pre-evolution and an evolved form in the same generation, outside of its own debut generation. So, other Pokemon who have received staggered along the way, for instance, Magmar. It was Magmar, then it received its baby form, Magby, and then in an entirely third generation, it received its evolved form, Magmortar. Roselia is the only one where it came out, and then in another generation, its baby and evolution came out in that same generation.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, which is interesting as well. And then Roserade, which is its evolution. Its Pokedex entry says that it attracts prey with a sweet aroma, then downs it with thorny whips hidden in its arms. So yeah, it'll take you out. And then Roserade. The name is a combination of Rose and Masquerade. Because if you look at the Pokemon itself, it almost looks like it is wearing a mask. So like a masquerade mask. And there's actually, in Pokemon Battle Revolution, there's a character named Rosie that wears a Roserade costume. And again, it looks like it has the masquerade mask there as well.
Nice.
But yeah. So when its community day comes along, make sure to grab it. And yeah, have fun.
I'm if I remember, I'm gonna play because I could always use more shinies, and I'd like to see what this attack combination does and how it works well together. It'd be very cool. But on that note, we are done for the evening. I've already got a raid set up here, Joe. But
Nice.
email us show at PokemonGoPodcast.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Go to go to PokemonGoPodcast.com, and on the right-hand side of the page is that Speak Pipe I was mentioning earlier, and you can leave your message. That's how we got Karan's, who, by the way, I miss Karan's. I know he used to come out all the time, and I don't even know if he still listens, but Karan's left at, what time is it, Joe? You can leave
Speak Pipe?
experiences of the week. Yeah, on Speak Pipe. But experiences of the week, you do your own best version of Joe's Yup. I'd love to hear that. Of course, leave your straight messages. Leave what time is it. And, of course, suggest songs that we can play at the break. We'll take all of that on SpeakPipe. Again, that's at PokemonGoPodcast.com. Reddit is r/Pokemon Go Podcast, and that's where all the headlines go for the week. And, of course, you can find all the links there as well after the fact. Facebook's Pokemon Go Podcast. Twitter's at Pokemon Go Pod. Twitch.tv is Pokemon Go Podcast every Thursday night at 8 p.m. ish Eastern, as we do. Tonight, we just got it. I got in late, and then we got to talking, and it's my bad. And of course, you can follow Joe where?
On Twitter, you can find me at Joseph_Ard. I have been trying to post a little bit more frequently. I do try to keep it rather lighthearted, though I must confess today I did. It was pretty middle ground, pretty non-combative, but I did make a minor political post today, so that is there.
Yeah, no, Joe said he voted for Pee Wee Herman. It's a hard political post he posted there. I mean, I don't even know how I can talk to you anymore, Joe,
get it right. It was Screech from Saved by the Bell.
They look the same. I'm sorry, Tony. I'm sorry. What about Assorted Geekdom? How's that going? Is that out on hold? What's up?
So we are hoping. I mean, I've said this a few times. We are hoping to start it soon. We had some delays because of some personal things happening with some of the cast members. But yes, we are hoping to start it within the next month or two. Once my brother gets his gear set back up, he moved some stuff around and doesn't have it set up right now. But yeah, so I mean, I still do Assorted Geekdom. I do need to make some more videos and stuff, but right now it's just generic stuff. But eventually we're gonna put out a D&D podcast, which is what I was alluding to, that has been delayed several times. So, COVID has hit in more ways than one, and mental health is something to not take lightly. That's been part of the delays. So, yeah.
Yeah. I get that for sure. It's hard to follow a promo up with that, but let me. Is that me or you coming? I don't remember.
Where can I find you on Twitter?
I've got stuff in my ears that I shouldn't have coming in my ears. All right. So Rod got a pod on Twitter. And I'm going to ask everybody's here. Here's a quick shout out. We've got another TV viewer. So that's our cool bot there. We've got Commander Root, another really cool bot. LAP, really cool lady. I can't say that. Is it I Delara or Laura or El Delara? I don't know. El Delara. Jacket K, Snake Doctor 77, and so bot Squishy Twitchy.
Which means since
here.
Snake Doctor's here, we're gonna get another submission
we're gonna get
for
a
a title
last minute
in like
dunk.
3 minutes.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't play the whole game, but you put me in the last 3 seconds of the game, and I dunk on everybody with the title.
And there it is.
So I want to ask you here in the chat room, and Joe yourself, to do me a favor. Go however you get it. You can subscribe on any podcatcher out there. It's a almost daily discourse. You can go to anchor.tv, anchor.fm/almost daily pod. It's on Twitch if you want to watch the videos. But I do a show called Almost Daily Discourse, and I really want Joe's opinion to see about, because we talk, how he's talking about how I listen to other people's opinions and that. We talk about everything. Most of the time, we keep it fairly light. Sometimes it can get serious. Sometimes it gets a little heavy. We record 4 episodes in one night. So when the incident at the Capitol happened, that was on a recording day. There was an episode about it. You can skip that one if that's going to trigger you. It's fun. It's not a great discussion. There's no answers, just a lot of emotions going on, because that was an emotional time. But there's stuff like, what does your car say about you? And we're talking about not the car that you own, but how you keep it on the inside.
And how frequently do you judge random people based on how they drive?
Yeah. I wouldn't even touch on that, Joe. See, that would be a great twist. And then we did an episode on mental health this week that'll come out on Monday. And got really serious. But there's some lighthearted stuff like the cars. There's some serious stuff like mental health. We actually play some games. So if you would, go check it out and tell me how semi-family friendly it is, because I can say semi, because there's some wordy nerds in there from time to time, but for the most part, I would dare say it's one of the cleanest things other than Nook's Tavern that Phil has ever done. So there's Phil. All that. But yeah, check that out. Almost Daily Discourse. I'm having a lot of fun with that show, and we talk about everything. Until next time, tune in to hear Joe say,
don't prick yourself on those roselia thorns when you catch them.
Wah, 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 wah.